Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, my name is Renke Shakina. Today, I'd like to present 10 articles that explore different issues in English language education. Ranging from speaking skill, writing strategies, language ideology, artificial intelligence, digital reading, social media learning, and also the role of English in society. Rather than discussing each article separately, I will connect them into one larger picture. Together, the studies show how English learning is evolving in the digital era and how teachers and students can adapt to these changes. Okay, to make the discussion easier to follow, I divided the articles into 4 main themes. The first is English learning challenges, and then the second is writing and communication development. The third is technology and artificial intelligence in education. And the last is English in society and the future of education. Okay guys, let's begin with the first theme. Segment 1, Understanding Challenges in English Learning. The first article is by Arimbi, Bai, and Molabar 2022 about self-confidence and English proficiency. The authors argue that self-confidence plays a major role in language learning success. Students with higher confidence are more willing to communicate, participate in class, and also practice speaking English. The benefit of this study is that it helps teachers understand the psychological factors behind language achievement. One strength is its comprehensive review of previous studies. However, the weakness is that it only relies on literature review and don't provide new empirical data. And then, the second article by Wahyuningsi and Effendi 2020 investigates English-speaking problems among Indonesian EFL students. The study found several barriers, including limited vocabulary, weak grammar knowledge, pronunciation difficulties, lack of confidence, and insufficient English exposure. The benefit of this article is that it provides practical information for curriculum development. Its strength lies in the use of interviews, observation, and also focus group discussion, which provide rich data. However, the weakness is that the study focuses on only one situation. And then the connection of the article. These two studies strongly complement each other. Arimbi and colleagues explain the psychology side of language learning, especially confidence. Meanwhile, Wahyuningsi and Effendi reveal the practical classroom problems students face. Together, they show that improving speaking ability requires both linguistic support and emotional support. Okay, next to the segment 2, Developing Writing and Communication Skills. The third article by Sundari and Ferbianti 2022 examines writing strategies used by university students. The findings show that successful writers use planning, revising, rereading, and idea organization strategies more frequently than lower performing students. The benefit is that it provides guidance for improving writing instruction. Its strength is the detailed analysis of writing behavior across different stages. However, the limitation is that it only focuses on one virtual classroom context. Next, the fourth article by Xiao, Zhu, and Xin 2025 explores the use of ChatGPT and after writing instruction. The researchers found that ChatGPT can help students generate ideas, improve grammar, expand vocabulary, and receive instant feedback. The benefit is that it introduces innovative support for writing development. One major strength is its balanced discussion of both opportunities and risk. However, the weakness is that most review studies are still recent and lack long-term evidence. The connection of these articles these two articles focuses on writing from different perspectives. Sundari and Ferbianti emphasize human writing strategies, while Xiao and colleagues demonstrate how AI can support those strategies. The important message is that technology should assist student thinking, not replace it. Effective writing still depends on planning, revising, and also critical thinking. For the segment 3, Technology and Digital Learning. The fifth article by Akbarani 2025 discusses artificial intelligence in English language teaching. Students generally view AI positively because it helps improve grammar, vocabulary, writing, and independent learning. The benefit is that it shows practical application of AI in language education. Its rank is the clear presentation of student responses. However, the sample size is relatively small. The sixth article by Deng and Hebuk, 2026, investigates digital reading comprehension assessment. The researchers argue that reading in digital environment requires additional skills such as navigating hyperlinks, processing multimedia contents, and using digital tools effectively. The benefit is that it introduces new approaches assessing reading comprehension. Its rank is the systematic review using the Prisma framework. However, it only includes studies from 2 databases. The seventh article by Hermione 2026 examines incidental English learning through social media. Interestingly, the findings show that frequent exposure to English content on social media does not automatically improve language proficiency. Students need meaningful engagement and deeper processing of information. The benefit is that it challenges common assumptions about digital learning. The strength lies in its strong theoretical foundation and statistical analysis. The limitation is that it relies partly on self-reported data. And the connection are, these three studies focus on digital learning environments. Akbarani highlight the potential of AI, Deng and Hebuk explain the importance of digital literacy. Hermione reminds us that technology alone is not enough. Together, they suggest that successful digital learning depends on how students interact with technology rather than simply having access to it. Now, the last segment. English, Society, and also Educational Values. The eighth article by Rahman 2020 discusses Pakistani English. The study explains how English functions as a language of power, education, and also social mobility in Pakistan. The benefit is that it helps readers understand the relationship between language and social inequality. The strength is its comprehensive sociolinguistic analysis. However, it offers limited practical solution. Meanwhile, the ninth article by Maxwell 2020 critiques the idea that academic English is superior to other language varieties. The author argues that student home language should be viewed as valuable researchers rather than deficiencies. The benefit is that it promotes inclusive language education, its strength is its strong theoretical framework, and then the weakness is the lack of empirical evidence. And then the last article by Beale 2020 discusses the value of English studies in modern society. The article argues that English education develops critical thinking, communication skills, empathy, and social awareness. The benefit is that it highlights the broader purpose of English education beyond language mastery. Its strength is the combination of practical and philosophical perspective. However, some arguments say heavily on qualitative evidence. The connection of the articles. These three studies broaden our understanding of English education. Rahman showed the social role of English, and Maxwell emphasized linguistic diversity and inclusion. Meanwhile, Beale highlights the personal and professional value of English studies. Together, they remind us that learning English is not only about grammar and vocabulary, but also about identity, opportunity, and also social development. Now, let's look at the bigger picture. Although these 10 articles discuss different topics, they share several common themes. First, learner factors matter. Confidence, motivation, and engagement significantly influence language achievement. And then, the second, technology is transforming English education. AI, digital reading tools, and social media create new opportunities for learning. However, technology must be used critically and responsibly. The third, effective English education should be inclusive. Students' linguistic backgrounds should be respected and valued. Finally, English learning is not only about language skills. It also develops communication, critical thinking, creativity, and social awareness. The studies collectively show that the future of English education requires a balance between technology, pedagogy, and human values. In conclusion, the 10 articles provide valuable insight into modern English language education. They help us understand the challenges learners face, the opportunities offered by technology, and also the importance of creating inclusive and meaningful learning environments. As a future educators, we should not only teach English effectively, but also help students become confident, critical, and responsible learners in an increasingly digital world. Okay guys, thank you so much for your attention. Sorry for all my mistakes. I'll be happy to answer any question. Goodbye.
One is the loneliest number that you